Hello guys, this is Ambassador here from Oracle. Today we will understand about one of the real-time scenario where unknowingly table gets dropped in Oracle database. So the situation here is someone has dropped table and which is unknowingly. So what is the solution now? The solution here is use the Oracle database flashback technology to get back this dropped table. So what is the solution over here? You have to use the Oracle database flashback technology to solve this problem. So this practically we will understand about this scenario. We will make this scenario and we'll get solution for the same, whatever the situation has been given to you. Let's go and do it practically. Here. Let's say I'm connected to one of my user called Ambatsa, and I do have here the table called employee. This is my one of the table which is currently present, and now I can just check the syntax called drop table emp. This is just a demonstration. Don't do it in production. This is just for making a scenario how if someone unknowingly dropped the table, now this table is now dropped, I cannot access the data. So if you drop the table unknowingly, after dropping the table, you cannot read the data. You cannot do the rollback. So that means this is the auto commit. Even though it says rollback complete, doesn't mean that it will give you back the table. With the rollback, you can't get back this drop table. But what is the alternate solution? You have to use a flashback. Now, where this table gets stored, we call it as show recycle bin. You couldn't see that it is there in my recycle bin. Now, again, commonly mistaken saying that recycle bin doesn't store in undo tablespace. Don't say that. Again, one more point which commonly mistaken is if the table is dropped, it will not show in the flashback recovery area. Rather, it is not going in the flashback recovery area, not in undo tablespace also. It will be there in the same tablespace, but only internally in the data dictionary. It is changing its actual name or original name with the system generated name. That name we call recycle bin name. Now here the table has been dropped. What is the table name? EMP. And the internally the table is still present. I can still see the data, but not with the original name. You can see this table from the system generated name. You can see. You can still see the data. The data is present earlier. Yes, it is present earlier. Now it is dropped, and after drop, you can't see with the original name. The table which has EMP table, so which I tried with selecting that table with the original name. It says that table cannot be table or view does not exist. So now if you try with rollback, because it's a DDL, so auto commit, you cannot even roll back. So what to do now? This is there in the recycle bin. So hence I can read the data. I can do something called flashback table name to before. What is syntax? Flashback table name to before. So if you hit enter now, hit enter. So now what it happens? It will be saying that flashback complete. Now you can go and check the employee table ready to read it. Now here the story is not end. It's just a few more alternate points which we will be discussing. So right now what I said, you said that the table gets uh, earlier dropped. So now you can see that the table is no more able to see my recycle bin. Take one more time the same example. If I do one more time drop, this is what we call dropping one more time. You can see the table is exist. Yes, it is exist in recycle bin, but you cannot query with the original name, but you can query with system generated name. Now here, the system generated name, whatever it is given earlier, can I directly refer this one? So does not match. It is called system generated random name, not always match. So you have to take the latest one. Let's take again this value and put it again in the select option. Here in the double quotes, you put this value. This way you can read the data. But possible question, can I do DML on this particular data? Can I do DML? No, it's not possible. You cannot do DML. Let me just remove this option. So you cannot do DML or TDL against the recycle bin object. So over the objects present in the recycle bin, you cannot perform PDL or DML. That's what you need to understand. So, but you can go for select. What we can do, we can try only for select. Now, how do I get back this? Yes, you can do the command called flashback table name, which you can verify here. Show recycle bin. It will give you this output. Now you can type here flashback table name 2 before. Now it's completed. Now it is not able to see in the recycle bin. Now the table can read it through its actual name or original name. Now what are the conditions apply? Let's understand about some conditions apply. If I create a table, let's say create table EMP101 in the table space system, as select star from this existing table. Okay. Creating one of the table, but I'm trying to store it in system table space. Here we go. This is the table prepared. I will create one more table, but this time I will store it in non-system table space. Other word is called users table space. So I prepared these two tables. What you need to understand, if I drop these tables, which are in a two different scenario, scenario number one, it is in system table space. Scenario number two, it is in non-system table space. If I do a drop table, before that I'll just check show recycle bin. It says that no output. Let me drop it. Drop table EMP101 and 102. Now system table space will not be stored in my recycle bin. If you go and see that recycle bin options, the EMP101, it is stored in system table space that you cannot see here in the recycle bin. Whereas the table EMP102, which is there in non-system table space, in the name of the table space is allow users, that you can see in my recycle bin. So conditions is what? The conditions apply. If the table is present in my system table space, and if it is unknowingly dropped, you cannot do flashback of that particular table. That's what the condition you should know. Apart from this condition, you should also check. You can also do this again, the flashback with the help of here flashback. Now I can read it. Can I read the data? Obviously no. 101 is also not there. 102 also not there. I can say here flashback table EMP102 2 before. So let's say I got it. Now I can get the data. I cannot get the one which is dropped from the system database. Now the second conditions which you need to remember, this parameter. Show parameter recycle bin. If this parameter is on, then only this functionality works. So this functionality never depends on undo table space. This functionality never depends on your flashback on. Example, you can check the flashback here, flashback underscore on from your database. An example. It is right now no, even though it is working. Why? Because of the parameter recycle bin is on. So hence you need to understand. If I want to go with the given scenario where unknowingly table gets dropped in my Oracle database, the solution, as you already now practically understood, use the Oracle database flashback technologies, where one of the technology or the flashback options is that flashback table to before drop. That syntax we have to use it to get back this particular table. That's it. Thank you for watching. Take care and bye bye.